Boys, we're back, starting a new streak, the three of us.
That's right. New streak starts today.
Well, I got to ask you this, guys. I don't know if you saw, but Tupac's car, the car that he got shot in, has been restored, and it's on sale in Vegas by an auction house for $1.7 million. $1.7 million. Ooh. It is on sale. And this thing is 1000% going to be bought for sure by someone, probably a museum, but maybe by just some rich person. You never know. Might be a fun TikTok video for a TikToker. You have no idea. Anyways, I have to ask you guys, if you could have anything from history, any significant moment in sports history, pop culture history, whatever history, what would you want?
I want Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. Because he doesn't even have that.
He can't have it. No. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
I still can't believe he actually gave it back. I didn't know until this year when all the talk about, NIL rights and all that stuff, like I didn't know he actually gave it back to them. I just thought they just didn't have him up and his picture wasn't on the wall anymore or whatever.
Yeah. Right. He was trying to I think get ahead of things and be like, well, if I give my Heisman Trophy back, maybe there won't be as bad of sanctions and stuff like that. And then they still didn't care.
He thought wrong. The first thing that came to mind was a vehicle, because you started off with Tupac's car. So that's kind of where my mind initially went. And then the first vehicle that happened to pop into my head is the white Ford Bronco. OJ's white Ford Bronco. I mean, one of a kind, pretty unique item. Be rolling around with that thing, especially nowadays with the new Broncos making their return to the streets. And so we pulling up Bronco to Bronco, kind of give the heads up, and they're like, oh shit, that's the white Ford Bronco. And you're damn right it is.
That's awesome. What I would want from history, if this happened, I want Neil Armstrong's spacesuit.
Ooh.
And I would just wear it all the time.
I love that.
I would just rock that thing all the time. We'll wear it around my house, just be watching TV in it. Football's this weekend, you just catch me in my spacesuit, just chilling, watching Browns Chiefs. That would be me. I'm because it's the thing that touched outer space. You can't say that about many things.
It's true.
And
right.
Yeah.
Nothing pairs with the LA heat quite like a spacesuit.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
I wonder what it feels like in that thing. Yeah. But that just had me thinking. My mind was kind of going crazy. I was I didn't know what it was. I thought about the Bronco. I also thought about Monica's dress, just having that in your house.
Wow. Oh man,
we pay so much for these moments in history, and most of the moments in history are horrible moments in history.
Yeah.
So then it's unless you're a museum purchasing them, if you're that weirdo creep that actually outbids all the other weirdo creeps, then you just have this horrible moment in history that you're attached to now. I don't get it.
Dude, Britney Spears' umbrella, the one.
that one might be kind of cool.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Oh man, this could go deep. It's a great topic. Yeah. There's so many things rushing into my head right now. Wow.
Yeah. Just keep chiming in throughout the podcast. Just anytime you think of something, just say it. We'll just stop what we're doing.
The DeLorean from Back to the Future.
That's a good one.
Another vehicle.
Yeah.
We're up in that. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just going to start, in the middle of segments and topics, we're just going to start blurting things out. Oh, by the way, this, yeah. Abe Lincoln's hat, let's go. It's these Firefest pants that I have.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm one of 10 people that have these jogger sweatpants from Firefest, and I still don't know if I should wear them or save them. Because I want to wear them, but then Shannon's don't you think you should save those? And you could probably make a lot of money in a couple, in a couple of years, 10, 20 years from now, you could probably sell those for 3 times what you bought them for. Not if they're worn. I'm yeah, that's a good point. So they're still sitting there and I don't know what to do with them. So it's one of those things.
Well, welcome to the Brunch Breakdown. It's Didi out here in LA. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. And today on the show, we've got a very, very good one. We're going to be doing an ice cream truck pick. Is it pick 2 or only pick 1? Can't keep track of these things.
Yeah, you only get one.
You only get one from an ice cream truck, and this graphic is insane. So we'll be talking about that. We have a topic that I don't know why Chris put in the group chat, but I'm excited about it. If you had 30 minutes for a first date, where are you going and why? We're going to talk about that. We got Brunch Court with a secret taste test from Dan, and we'll have a nice conversation about how long are your favorite albums into what we are listening to. Well, let's get it started the way we always do, with Dan telling us how we can find the Brunch Breakdown.
That's right. And thank you for filling in on the promo last week. Very much appreciate it.
I don't do it as well.
Sweet, but to the point. It's good. No, you can find the Brunch Breakdown anywhere you listen to podcasts, period. That's where it should end. But if you're new to the program, new to us, new to some of these areas you can reach podcasts, don't forget Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. New episodes every Thursday morning. Hit subscribe, hit follow anywhere you are, and those episodes come to you first thing in the morning. Of course, full video episodes also available. We mentioned the ice cream truck graphic. You're going to want to see that visually. We provide that to you with our beautiful faces every Thursday as well. 9 a.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Flip that around. 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern is when that video premieres and available on demand anytime you want on our YouTube and on our Facebook page. And of course, we're everywhere on social media. That's in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, verified on Triller, TikTok. I mentioned YouTube. Just search at Brunch Breakdown. Find us there. And don't forget about the Sounds of Brunch. We're going to be going over music a little bit later in the program. Sounds of Brunch on Spotify every Friday. Follow that. Follow us everywhere.
Love it. All right. Let's get it going, guys. Let's crack open some beers. Chris, What are you sipping on this week? Brews Day.
For Brews Day this week, I do not have necessarily a craft brew, but for the first tailgate of the season, which was this past weekend, so what we try to do with our tailgates is we set up the menu based on the location or the region in which the opponent is from. So this past week, first game of the year, Pitt played UMass. So we tried to have a Boston themed tailgate. And as part of that, I had myself some Sam Adams Boston Lager, which is what I have here for Brews Day today. And I'm having it for Brews Day because I had it at the tailgate and was blown away and totally forgot about how good this beer actually is. It's a very good lager. And I just so happen to have a Sam Adams Boston Lager glass, which I acquired Didi back in the day by doing an ESPN radio promotional event at a beer distributor, and I still have the cup. So it was just like the stars aligned today. I have myself some Boston Lager. I'm not going to explain what it tastes like because everybody's had one. You guys know what it tastes like, but it's delightful, and I'm going to enjoy this while I talk to you boys today. Cheers.
I like it.
Yeah, it's great. It really is a great beer. A great mass-produced beer isn't very easy to find, but that one is easy to forget. And even though we're coming up into Oktoberfest season and Sam does a great Sam, like I know him, like he's alive. They do a great job with their Oktoberfest and their fall beers, but Boston Lager, you can't go wrong. And Chris, I'm glad that's awesome. You have the glass. I think they have that cutout laser etched circle in the bottom of the glass, which is supposed to be perfect for that beer. They made the glass based on that beer, based on the lager.
Oh yeah, it's got little circles in it.
Yeah. So that's the perfect glass for that. Well done, my friend.
Hey, wow, I didn't even know that.
Well, here's another fun Sam Adams fact is that there's a bar across the street from his grave, so you can sip Sam Adams while looking at his grave in Boston.
Wow.
I've done that before with my wife, who's from Boston. You guys know that, but everyone listening may not know that. But yeah, so there's another fun fact.
That's
nice.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. Pretty sweet. Because I had no idea. She was like, "Oh, we got to sit by the window." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Oh, because now you're sipping Sam Adams while looking at his grave." And I'm like, "That's cool."
Nice.
All right. Well, guys, I am sipping on Taco Truck Lager.
Excuse me?
This right here, very, very good. It is a Mexican lager. It is like, I love this. Dust Bowl Brewing out here in California. I love it. And I need to share it with you guys. I meant to do this like a month or two ago and then like completely forgot. And then it was just gone, but it's back in my fridge. Taco Truck Lager. It's beautiful.
Taco Truck Lager.
Oh yeah. Dust Bowl Brewing Company. It is pretty great.
I got to see what this looks like. Give me some color here. You got some amber.
Here's some color.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I dig that.
Oh yeah. I've been stepping up my Mexican lager game. I feel like pretty much most people during the pandemic have been stepping up their alcohol game because we're all bored. But yeah, a lot of Mexican lagers out there to check out. There's not just Corona and Pacifico, even though I love them both. There's a lot more out there.
I dig that.
Right.
Thanks for opening our eyes to that. Good stuff.
No problem.
Well, boys, I've got a new brewery that hasn't been featured on Brews Day yet before. This is Aslin Beer Company. Very well known for their sours. They do them very, very well. They're based out of Alexandria, Virginia. And I here today have their Cherry Lime Freeze, which is a sour brewed with, no surprise, cherry, lime, and vanilla frozen yogurt. Vanilla frozen yogurt, hence give it the freeze mark on there. You can see that's their logo right there, the cherry lime freeze. And so I've taken a couple sips of this one, and yep, you get that cherry and lime right away. You don't get a ton of that vanilla. I think maybe, I don't know how you brew with frozen yogurt because you can't necessarily do that, right? It's not like you dump it. You can't just dump frozen yogurt. So I don't understand the process. Most people just use vanilla. So they're trying to maybe be a little bit more creative with it. I don't know quite the science behind it on this one, but it's not as strong. I'd like a little bit more vanilla, maybe a little thicker to give me that frozen yogurt type of mouthfeel even, but still really, really good. Aslin, very great at the sour game. They do it here once again. Cherry lime, nice little blend there. So Aslin Beer Company, shouts to you. The cherry lime freeze.
Beautiful.
Nice. Couple things. Cherry lime is just like finding its way into everything these days. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
You're
cherry
right. Like
lime, cherry limeade.
Food and beverage. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And also the logo looks like, you know how like in the Olympics, they have like the little stick people to show what sport it is. That's what that logo looks like.
It looks like a volleyball person diving for the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's rowing or what that is.
Which one is that?
Is that the backstroke? Like what's happening here?
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, you see it now? The head there floating. Yeah, interesting. There's always new sports, so who knows?
Yeah.
That's a great point out there, Chris.
That's pretty awesome. Well, boys, cheers. Brews Day.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All right. Well, it's time to get random topics off our chests. Dan, get it off your chest.
So, boys, obviously I was absent from the table last week, and I appreciate you holding down the fort. It was another great episode. But the reason I was unable to be at the Brunch Breakdown last week is because I was at a concert, the second concert I've been to in 20 months, whatever it's been. Was able to see Glass Animals last week. They put on a fantastic show, great show. I actually went to a concert last night as well. Saw All Time Low, a couple other groups. The Maine put on a great Sad Summer Festival, something that they do every year. And my experiences at these shows were a little bit different based on the crowd that was there. It was very clear that the crowd at the Glass Animal show wasn't well-versed in concert going, or have just completely forgotten everything about how to attend a concert in the 20 plus months that they weren't able to do so. So just need a little refresher here. This segment was really originated to get things off our chest. Sometimes we're angry, sometimes we're not. I'm a little angry after last week. Okay. So just a couple of don'ts, do's and don'ts, and some courtesies for some people that need a lesson on what they forgot it was like to be at a live concert. If you talk loudly amongst your friends during a set, you are an asshole. Just keep it to yourselves. You don't have to announce it to the rest of the crowd. Okay. You're allowed to talk, but doing it loudly where I can hear you over the band in the $1 million PA system, can't have it. Cannot have it. Shows that are outdoors. Almost every show that we have on the schedule is outdoors. Makes it feel much safer. They've moved everything outdoors. However, one thing that adds a wrinkle into it is people that smoke now feel like they can do it because they're outside, right? So smoking during a concert, especially marijuana, where it's technically not legal in Pennsylvania right now, you're an asshole. If you do that in a crowd of people, you're an asshole. Okay. Don't think you're going to poof it up in the air and it's just going to magically go away and not touch anybody around you. But when it's happening for 3 consecutive hours, I'm not at Coachella for crying out loud. We don't need this. Okay. Oh, it enhances the live. No, if you need an enhancement of from live music, get off my planet. Okay. One other very important thing here. Walking through crowds during a set, especially in your like little chain linked groups that you think you're going to, oh, we're looking for our friend, or you think you're going to find space closer because you got here later than everyone else. You, sir, you, madam, are the largest asshole at the venue. Okay. We're done with this. We all know what you're doing. There's no space up there. There's not just magical space that you're going to find. You're going to annoy the living hell out of somebody, and you're going to get in front of somebody, and you're probably like really blocking their view because you're either too tall or you're too annoying or you're too obnoxious. So don't do any of those things. Be aware of your surroundings of other people. Watch your elbows. Watch your feet when you're jumping up and down. Don't jump on other people's feet. I do it all the time. I know it's not nice, so don't jump on other people's feet. Don't disrespect the openers if you don't know them, right? This goes back to the whole talking thing. Just respect the band that's up there, whether you know them or not. You may discover something that you'll later love. Okay. Don't disrespect the openers. And lastly, just another courtesy. Don't leave your trash on the ground. All right. We're not animals. We're not savages. There's garbage cans everywhere. Save it. Hold on to it. Put it into your pocket. Throw it away when you go to the bathroom between sets. So ladies and gentlemen, please, I beg of you, take these lessons in stride. Okay. Trying to make it an enjoyable experience for everybody. That's something that I love to do. And I can't have these assholes anymore. So thank you.
That comprehensive list, which all of it I agree with, is like if you ask like, why doesn't Chris go to concerts? That is like, you just outlined why. You outlined all of the things of why. But you also made me think that like beer is really, like if you want to enhance the environment, it's the most courteous to those around you.
Yes.
So shout out to Brews Day once again, because your drinking of beer does not like then make other people drunk. Whereas like your secondhand smoke is going to ruin people's time and maybe get people high accidentally. So yeah.
Yes. Great point.
And also your consumption of liquor at a concert does affect other people. It just won't affect other people for like an hour.
What? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So this is fair. Beer is different. Liquor that's a different animal. That's a different animal. You don't know yet that you're bothering them, but they'll know soon.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes. So,
but that's awesome. You've been out and about, man. I saw the Fall Out Boy show and I was like, I could do something like that. Then I saw you indoors and I was like, I ain't there yet. Can't do it.
It's definitely, I'm not feeling normal at these venues, even outdoors. It's still weird. Now they all have the, vaccination policies and things like that, which is great. Makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, but there's still that level of, we need a little more extra space than we usually have down here type of feeling. So that's what we try to find. And that's why last night was much more comfortable. So just ran into a great group of people at Glass Animals.
Chris, get it off your chest.
I don't have much of a monologue here. I just want to share with you guys that I was so happy that college football was back with like the normal atmospheres that I legit got emotional this past weekend. I don't know about you guys, but like seeing, and these are for teams that I don't care for, seeing Enter Sandman at Virginia Tech when the team came out and like the whole stadium was jumping, seeing Jump Around at Wisconsin and the entire stadium jumping up and down for a tradition that everybody knows about, seeing like over 100,000 people at the big house singing The Killers, Mr. Brightside in like chorus to get like, I don't know, man. Something about just like the first time experiencing those. And I mean, while watching on TV, but like seeing them. And I even thought like some of the announcers did it really well where they led up to it, where like Gus Johnson led into Jump Around by saying like for the first time in 656 days or whatever it was, House of Pain. And like, then it kicked in and everybody started jumping, going crazy. Like I got straight up emotional this weekend. And it was a blast. Like the first weekend of college football is so much fun, where you have games just every day for like 5 or 6 days. But it was a fun weekend watching all that. It was a fun weekend getting to, go back to a tailgate. I saw Dan, which is like, this is now record timing, Dan. I've seen you twice in a month, and it's been a long time since that's happened.
Yes, it has. Very long time indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great weekend to get back to normal. And I know that things aren't necessarily back to normal, but it was much needed. And for myself being a huge college football fan, it was an emotional experience that I enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend as well.
Yes, I enjoyed the weekend too. It was nice seeing crowds at college football games. It was nice. I will say that.
Yeah, it was great to be able to be there again, to tailgate event again, to see a live sporting event again and really enjoy it. And like you said, then it's on for the rest of the day. The next day, it was just, college football takes full advantage of that first weekend and they do a great job of it. And it was, it like you said, we're not at normal, but it's as close as we thought in a long time. So that was cool.
Yeah, there's something about the players actually like having someone to play for. Because last year I just felt so weird about like, because there's one thing about like the not being paid, but the other thing is like, if you're not being paid and then no students are on campus, who are you playing for? What are you doing? I just felt weird about that all year long. It's like, you're not playing for, to go onto like High Street at night or whatever street it is in your college town. Like, you're not playing for like, you're not playing to be the big man on campus. You're just like, all right, we won. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
go back home and quarantine now. Like, yeah. And I have to say, like, there is, for any sport, whether you care about fans or not, like having 100,000 people show up somewhere to watch something like adds legitimacy to whatever that thing is that they're watching. And so it just made it that much more fun, I thought. So more of that. Everybody stay safe. More of that, please.
Oh, one thing though, you mentioned Mr. Brightside. I saw that and I thought it was cool, but then I thought about how I know some of the words to Mr. Brightside. Like, Mr. Brightside is a very important song. It is a great song, but I don't know every word to that song, and neither do a lot of people. Like, so I was just thinking about how many people are playing this, and even the person whose video that was taken that I think was shared, like that I saw shared a lot, he doesn't know the words. So I'm like, like everyone, it sounds good with 100,000 people. And I'm just like, wait, when you're in the crowd, it's like, how many of you guys are just like, Josie? We all know the beat, so it all sounds good. The sound never stops. It's not like it goes silent, but like we all don't know the words.
Oh yeah, you can fake your way through it if you just know to hit the right notes.
Yeah, right.
And then, like, for the words you don't know, just like pretend to talk to your friend. And then when it comes back to a word you know, sing again as loud as you can. Yeah, it'll work.
All right, guys, I got to get this off my chest. I usually hate fall. I still hate fall. Fall's terrible. Can't stand this season. It's trash. But the apple crisp macchiato from Starbucks is fire. Like, I gotta tell you, I am not into the pumpkin spice at all. I don't like pumpkins at all. I just not a fan. Oktoberfest beers, hit or miss with me. Not really excited about those either. But this apple crisp macchiato that they put out at Starbucks is unbelievable. Literally makes me want to put on some Ugg boots and a scarf and just walk through leaves, whatever you do in the fall. Like, holy shit, man. It is the most amazing thing that I've ever had from Starbucks. Like, when you overpay for coffee, most of the time you're just like, this is good. You overpay for coffee. But this made me feel like I need to overpay for coffee to have this feeling all year round. I love it so much. Ooh. Apple crisp macchiato from Starbucks. Had to get that off my chest. I don't hate everything about fall this year, guys. Shouts to all the fall lovers out there. I'm not one of you, but sort of.
Treat this as Brews Day. Give me some flavor profiles here. I mean, like crisp apple, like that. I get. Is it caramel? You know, what are the fall flavors?
Dan, it was really crispy and it was appley. There was an apple hue to it.
Yes, and coffee.
Do you guys like apple cider?
Love it. Kidding me? Let's go.
All right, apple cider. Just put apple cider and coffee together, and then whatever magic they do.
Interesting.
It tastes really good because I thought it was going to taste like apple pie or something, but no, like you taste lots of apple and it tastes like homemade apple cider, but it's coffee and it's freaking.
I got to get this.
I'm telling you.
I got to get this.
Do you think from this experience, Didi, that you're going to like those like apple crisp seltzers that are coming out? We reviewed those a few weeks ago.
I did feel good about them. I did get some reviews, some secondhand reviews of those, and very highly thought of. Maple pear was the favorite. Pumpkin spice is good. Apple, very good. So from someone that knows their seltzers, I've heard some good things. So I'm very intrigued. But Didi, maybe that's your entry in. It's the crisp apple macchiato, then it's the fall seltzers, and then all of a sudden you and I are trading pumpkin spice gifts for 6 months out of the year, and it's great.
This is how it happens.
Oh God. All right, well, let's get into the main menu here. And let's start with this. Chris, you brought up in the group chat, if you had 30 minutes for a first date, where you going and why? Why did that come to your mind, sir?
What do you mean? As a happily married man, I can't think of a topic like that, Didi. What's his name, man? I actually,
I don't want to get into your personal life, Chris. Like whatever you're doing. No. Hey.
It's fun. Oddly enough, it was my wife and I and our daughter run around doing errands, and we just caught like this end snippet of like a teaser for some radio show saying they were going to talk about it the next day. I don't know honestly, I don't know what channel it was. I don't know what radio show it was going to be, but it was the typical radio thing of like, ooh, catch us tomorrow. If you only had 30 minutes for dial into the hotline and tell us what you. So when I heard that, I was like, that is a interesting topic. And we talked about it a bit on the car ride. And then I started thinking like, that's interesting. And they're going to do that in like an 8.5 minute segment that's going to be filled with like 3 ad reads and then followed by commercials. And I was like, this is a topic that's why we're here on the Brunch Breakdown, is to discuss something like this.
It was the Bubba show, wasn't it? It had to be Bubba. That's classic Bubba teaser, during the afternoon to get you going in the next morning.
Classic Bubba.
That's such classic radio. Like that's the topic that someone brought up like 4 months ago. Like we do this here on the Brunch Breakdown. That's something someone brought up 4 months ago. We're like, all right, we're going to get to it. And then the day finally came.
Right.
Yeah. But I hear these, I don't know about you guys. Like I hear stuff like this on the radio randomly all the time. And I'm like, we could do that topic way better. Yeah. So this is an instance of that.
We give it the appropriate time. We let it breathe, and we exhaust it to the fullest. So
that's right.
I can't wait to do that without commercial interruption.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, I'm going first here. Bringing back, we talked about this on the Brunch Breakdown like a year ago. IKEA, guys.
Yes.
IKEA, first date. IKEA. You have the little cafe down there, and you're down there for about, you get a little cinnamon roll, get a little coffee, talk for a couple minutes, and then you're like, okay, this girl or this guy seems pretty cool. Then you take them upstairs to the showroom. Then you guys are just looking at furniture, checking out, seeing if everything is the same that you guys like, the same couches. Maybe you like the same kitchen island, or maybe you like the same sinks. And you're like, whoa, this could be working. Light fixtures, all of that, all this stuff. You go through a whole relationship at IKEA. You can do that in 30 minutes. Here for it.
That's true. And at the end of it, once you find your way to the exit of IKEA, you either say, never see you again, or let's move in together. Let's build a house.
Dude, seriously. It's
that
like
is IKEA is the fast track to a serious relationship.
Dude,
that's what their slogan should be.
Yes, it is. That's what it should be. And I had that on my list for the very same reason. It's perfect. You start off with a couple of Swedish meatballs, do a couple of laps, and with a churro, call it a day, and maybe a future for the rest of your life. Yeah. I love the IKEA pick because this is unique, right? Because you put this 30-minute on it, made me think of this completely differently. Because when you're thinking first date, you think, how do I get to know this person, but also have this escape or this out in case it starts to go really poorly and we haven't reached the completion of said activity. In 30 minutes, you don't need it out. You can suffer for 29 minutes post introduction. So I feel like you don't need as much of a balance. So you do want to kind of get to know this person as quickly as possible within 30 minutes. One that I thought of was something that's becoming a little more popular in some cities across the country are these like adult arcades. And I don't mean Dave & Buster's. These adult arcades that like specialize in cocktails and beer. And then they have these like old school Pac-Man arcade games and things like that. Some of them now have like duck pin bowling and things like that too, where you have a little bit of interaction, you have a little bit of drinks, you can learn a lot in 30 minutes. So that was one of the ones that came to my mind at first too, because you don't need that escape out. It's comfortable. I like that.
Yeah, that kind of leads in well, Dan, to like some of the ideas I thought of was like pop-up bars are kind of like popular depending on the time of year. And I feel like we're getting into a time of year now where there's pop-up bars where it's like a quick experience. You can go in for a drink. You can kind of like, especially since it's the first time you're meeting somebody, like there's easy icebreakers about like being in there and like the environment and just being able to like associate that and talk about that and like then like learn about the person. Right. And then like, there's a lot of breweries that have specialties. Like there's a brewery just down the hill from me where their thing is like pinball. Right. So there's a lot of breweries now that are specializing in like activities to go along with what you are coming there for, which is obviously the beer. So those were a couple that were on my list that kind of, I guess, are similar to Dan's.
That's good. I was thinking Chuck E. Cheese.
I thought about that, to be honest with you.
Boy,
I decided that it wasn't going to be good, but I had that on my list.
You're learning very quickly whether or not the two of you want to have kids. I can tell you that at Chuck E. Cheese.
Very quickly. Like, and that's honestly the first thing that I thought of. I was like, if you are someone who is into children and you're like, I want to have children within the next couple years, so I'm going on this first date, but I also in my mind is like, all right, I'm on the clock. Ladies, this is for you. Chuck E. Cheese, if he is disgusted by children, you'll know in the first 5 minutes.
That is true.
You know? And if he can't handle like bad, mediocre pizza, you know, you might have to let him go. Or maybe that's something that you're like, you know, maybe you're into it's like, I really don't care about pizza. Maybe this stays with you. But maybe he's a pizza snob. You don't want a pizza snob. At least I don't want a pizza snob. You know, you'll know. You take him to Chuck E. Cheese.
And if he shows up saying, isn't this where they make Pasquale's pizza? Then you know you got a winner. You got a winner in your hand because you got a fan of the Brunch Breakdown. That's what you could do. You could both listen to the Brunch Breakdown ahead of your date and then get together for 30 minutes and chat about it.
It's like book
chat
club.
About the episode, recap an episode of the Brunch Breakdown in 30 minutes. You can do it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's an idea there. One that's a little bit more seasonal. And going into the season, you know, I've got that feeling, that love and fall feeling. Haunted house. Go to a haunted house, man. Go to a haunted house. You're chatting while you're in line. You're chatting a little bit while you're getting the shit scared out of each other in between. And you've got that, light, appropriate physical interaction there once everybody gets scared. So good little balance. You can get it done quickly. Yeah, I like the haunted house idea. Unless you're like really scared, then don't, because then you're going to look, bad.
Yeah.
Because I felt like maybe that's what you were going to say. I was like, I don't like getting scared. So shrieking in front of a girl I just met probably isn't the most attractive thing.
Yeah. So
you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. 30 minutes, you're done. So I went to IKEA.
But on the other hand, if you were with somebody, like I know people who love scary movies and they would not have married the people they married if they didn't like scary movies and scary shit and all that stuff. So you'll know in less than 30 minutes.
It's true.
Yeah. You basically identified all of my fears with that one, Dan. I hate everything.
Open them all out right there, right away.
I hate everything about that idea, except for the fact that they may get scared into your arms. But the problem is, if you also get scared, then you're both just running.
Yeah.
and I don't know that for me personally, I don't think that would work out well. I think we can't ignore a tried and true tradition of just a happy hour. Okay. Because happy hour inherently has a time limit, right? So you can't, and it's low risk in that, you, as asking this person on a date, it's low risk in that, like, you're not going to spend a ton of money on the person and potentially end up hating them, because happy hour is built around the deals, right? So like the nature of happy hour is to show up, have a couple of drinks, and then you're done. And there's an understanding there, but it also loosens you up to talk and get to know people. So I think that's one that I kind of landed on when I was like thinking of all these maybe unique scenarios. I kept kind of coming back to happy hour and was like, yeah, you know what? That's one that's been around for ages, and it fits. I think it works.
That's a good one. The last one I had was ice cream.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Love that.
Ice cream. Because you can't eat ice cream for that long.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer.
And you're not like, oh, after ice cream, let's go get ice cream. Like you can't go get anything after ice cream.
It's just kind of over, It's not like coffee can start like a whole day. Beer can kind of do that too. It can start, like you said, happy hour. It's like, yeah, you have a couple drinks. Then it's like, well, let's get some appetizers. All right, well, then let's sit down and get some food. And then, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But ice cream, it's like, that's a 30-minute date. And if it's quicker than that, you guys were not meant to be together.
Right. Or you get the wrong ice cream, which we'll get into here shortly. Incredible segue. The last one I had is go for a brunch food truck. Go for a quick brunch. Brunch in 30 minutes seems rushed, but there are plenty of food trucks out there where we all know brunch is why we're here and the most important meal of the week. So find yourself a food truck on Saturday or Sunday morning. Do a quick brunch. If you're like Dee Dee, you can enjoy it on the beach and have an amazing time. If you're anywhere else in the country, whatever, wherever you go, But brunch is a great first date. But if you can make it happen in 30 minutes, you can do it at a food truck.
Food truck. That's good.
Yeah.
Quick.
That is a good one. If you can find a brewery that also has food trucks stop by, that's
there you go. Win-win.
That's a good one. Yeah. The last one I had is admittedly not for everybody. But if you are into physical fitness and are interested in going on a running date, that was actually one of the first dates that I had with my wife. Nobody really wants to go on a first run together and run for an hour and a half. That doesn't happen. So go for a couple miles, pick a nice trail somewhere, and, you get to warm up, talk to each other. Then this is a jog, people. We're not competing. Okay. You run, you talk, you get to know each other, you share something that you both have in common that you enjoy. Actually, my wife and I, our first date was at a happy hour and our second date was a running date. So I'm giving you the playbook here. Okay. And Now I'm a happily married man who thinks about what other first dates that I could have had. No. So yeah, just, if you're into fitness, if you like to go running, try the running date.
But okay, this could be funny though. Like, what if all of a sudden, like, one of you starts sprinting? That's a good way to get out of it.
That's true.
It's like, I
run away.
Couldn't keep up. Like, she texts you later. You're like, what happened to you? Like, oh, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
flying.
That's an easy exit strategy. That is in my eyes, a pro to this running date, because
interesting.
It is the nature of the date. You can run your ass out of there if you need to.
That's hilarious. It's like, oh, we did 2 miles. Oh, I think I'm going to do 3. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'll text you.
Good God. All right. Well, speaking of places you could go on a first date, ice cream trucks. Let's throw up this graphic. And so we can go to the ice cream truck, which I hear the ice cream truck so much because we've been home for the past forever. And I don't know. You just hear the ice cream truck all the time. That's what I feel. Maybe you guys, I don't know how you guys feel about the ice cream truck, but I hear that song so many times a day. It kind of annoys me now.
Do you indulge? Do you go after it?
No. It's weird for me to go after it. And like, my kids aren't old enough to like run after the ice cream truck. So like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird going after the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I hear it all the time. Like I forgot about the concept of the ice cream truck, and now working from home 24/7, 365, like the last 2 summers where I've been home, I've been like, oh wow, they still do ice cream truck, and the kids in our neighborhood love it, which is cool. But at the same time, yeah, we have a 1-year-old. She doesn't know the concept of the ice cream truck. My wife and I do. And boy, are we tempted to run out there, but it's just, we don't know a lot of people in the neighborhood yet. So like the optics of that just aren't great. So we're going to wait.
It's like, oh, that's the couple that always goes to the ice cream truck. They're weird. Stay away from that.
The couple without kids, right?
Like, I don't even think they have kids. They just go out there. I don't know. Oh,
well,
man. Go ahead.
This is a pretty intense graphic.
Yes.
Right? Courtesy of the good folks at Good Humor. There are 29 different varieties on this graphic. Maybe a little bit more than you would on an average ice cream truck, but there's a lot going on here. And as the caption claims it, ice cream truck pulls up. You're only picking one. So, gentlemen, what kind of goes through your head? We have a lot of old school ice cream here, some of the new school things as well, but we got everything ranging from ice cream sandwiches to ice cream cones to fudgesicles, creamsicles, character face shaped ice cream on a stick, everything in between. Is there an automatic go-to, or is this boy, I need to take a look at the menu here and really, really think about it?
Well, yeah, there's a lot on here. The majority of what's on here, I'm at least familiar with, but admittedly, there are some that I have never even heard of. Like it looks like there's a wrestling one on here, Dan.
Oh, God.
Am I right about that?
Hell yeah. Yeah. The old WWF back in the day, superstar ice cream bars.
Yeah.
And they've they've just made a return on a competitor's wrestling promotion, courtesy of my boy CM Punk. But yeah, those were very popular back in the day.
I did not remember that at all. So it took me some time to just like tap back into my childhood to remember what each one of these were.
I remember running to get push-ups.
Oh, the Flintstones push-ups.
Like literally, like some of my, I don't have that. Like the ice cream truck came every day, but like I remember vividly running to get push-ups.
How much of the push-up is the flavor versus the technology of being able to control how much ice cream comes out of the tube? It limits the melting, and it's just very cool. How much of it is the flavor versus the technology there? Let's really break this open.
That's true, because if someone handed me a push-up today, I wouldn't want it because it's an annoying popsicle. Like when I think about it, like it was an annoying popsicle. I'd rather just have a popsicle than have to like push up and then it just like then as you're eating it, just the juice just goes all over your hand. Just give me a popsicle.
Chris, any thoughts on the push-up? The technology of the push-up. Didi doesn't like it. Looking for a little support here.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it was for its time, it was innovative. It's funny to look back now and think about something with the Flintstones on it was like innovative technology.
Right.
But no, I'm with you, Didi. Like that was of all of these, like for sure in my top 5, maybe my top 3, because I remember specifically loving those, just absolutely loving those. A couple of others that I enjoyed, it was the Twister one. I liked that one along with, what was it called? Like the Jet Pop or something like that. The one on the bottom right, the red, white, and blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb. It depends where it's just they have a million different names because Bomb Pop is what I know them as.
Okay.
But like they're called a million different things.
Yeah, I those were also in my top 5. I feel like I went through periods of time where I would like go for one of these in particular and then just have it every single time. By the way, these are a lot of the same things that you were able to get at like if you went to like the snack stand at like the Y pool or something like that. That's where I quite honestly got most of these. So those were some other ones, not my number 1. I don't know when we're revealing number 1s, but those were also in my top 5.
Yeah, I have some other that same that were kind of runners up for me as well. Not the one I'm going to, but the Chipwich, number 9 on the big board here. How can you go wrong? Chocolate chip cookies and ice cream all in one. Love a good Chipwich, even to this day. And now they got the ones with the M&Ms in them and all that good stuff. I love a good Chipwich. You mentioned the WWF wrestling ice cream bars, number 13 on the big board here, of course. Going there, naturally going there. And then another one for me was where's the number here? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Where's the number? Oh, I guess the ice cream sandwich. The ice cream sandwich. I went Chipwich, now the ice cream sandwich. 18. 17 is the Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. Forget that. Give me the regular one. Give me the number 18. Can't go wrong with an ice cream sandwich. That's some of my runners up here.
Do either of you like Neapolitan ice cream?
I like Neapolitan Klondike bars.
Oh,
but like outside of that, that's a weird thing. You ever have that with certain foods where it's like, it's a type of food that you enjoy like one brand of, and then the rest of them, you don't want anything to do with it. I like Klondike Neapolitan, but anything else Neapolitan, not a fan.
No, yeah, I'm with you. I think like even in the ice cream sandwich, it's a little bit better, but just the ice cream on its own, the Neapolitan ice cream, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. It's always annoyed me. Like my parents liked it, so we always had it at the house, but I just hated having other flavors in the flavor that I wanted.
Right.
It's just simple as that. Hated that.
At our house, we would have like, because it's always strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. So like the right side of the container would be like empty, and the left side with just the strawberry would still be like almost all the way full. You run into that situation.
Oh man. Yeah. For me, like I said, push up there. The Bomb Pop is such a great one. Like the Superstar bars, that was a big one. But the thing was, those things were like $3. And it was just like, you could get more stuff. That was the problem with the Superstar bars. But
you're paying for some licensing on that one.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. It's like, do I need to have do I need to eat Bret Hart today? Like, right. So it's like that. But yeah, and also I love the Sundae cones too. Like there's a lot, there was a lot on here, but like yeah, I guess should we only pick our one?
Let's unveil one. What's the one you go to?
Snow cone. Going with the snow cone, guys. I love the snow cone. I love all the flavors mixed in one. It basically looks black at that point, and I love it. Give me all of it. The cherry, the blueberry, all the things. Snow cone.
Oh boy, I didn't think you were going there.
Got to, man.
That's got to be like the last thing I pick. Honestly.
It's not even
Don't
ice
think
cream.
I pay $1 for. Listen,
Yeah, I think I get that at like some like a fair or something like that. I don't know why just ice cream truck with the snow cone for me. I don't know. Okay. Well, for me, my eyes are going right to the center of the board here. DD went number 27. I'm going number 8 in the group that are called the classics.
I thought you
here.
were going for the frog, Dan.
I thought I was going dead center. Number 8, the classic here. We're talking strawberry shortcake, chocolate eclair. You cannot beat the layers of flavor and the layers of goodness that they offer you there. You got that crunch, but it also kind of protects the ice cream from getting melted right away. And then you have those different flavors in between. Chocolate eclair and strawberry crunch were my favorite. If I had to pick one of those two, I might go strawberry shortcake on it. But chocolate eclair, can't go wrong with that one either. So number 8, those are my favorites.
I'm glad you picked one, because to pick number 8, that's 4 of them. That's kind of a cop out. I'm in number 8 as well. What do you call the one left of center?
The chocolate eclair.
Oh, that's called the chocolate eclair. What's the one on the right then?
What is that one? I don't know. That's like double fudge
That's like
something.
chocolate
Double fudge crunch, maybe?
I always got whatever we called a scooter crunch, which looked like left of center there, which was basically chocolate on the inside, vanilla on the outside, and then like a cookie crumble on the very, very outside, which I think is the left of center there. But I'm going number 8 as well. That one was always my favorite. Like when I said like I had some go-tos for a while, I would always come back to the scooter crunch.
Yes, Scooter Crunch, just a different name other than what Good Humor calls it here.
Gotcha.
Is that one there? So yes, right on board with you there.
It's beautiful. Man, this is a great pick one.
It really is.
There's so much here. You can't could you go wrong? What's the worst thing on here?
I don't know. That frog looks weird.
The character ones are always, I feel like, so overrated. It's just vanilla ice cream dyed in different colors. And yeah, you get like the worst piece of gum that are the eyes or the nose on this thing. We have Super Mario bars doing the same thing here. The frog, Snoopy, the dinosaur.
There's also like a bubble gum one. I don't know.
Yeah. Those are so overrated.
Yeah.
But let's go. Worst ones. Top left. Number 1, Sunkissed. Like it's a fruit bar. Like that's not, no.
Those are good.
They're good now. They're not good when you're 8.
Oh, they tasted good, Dan.
That's just too much fruit. Give me some chocolate. Give me some sugar, baby.
My worst has got to be that bubblegum one, 21 on the left. It's like new bubblegum, whatever. Nobody asked for that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. How about the one next to that, number 22, the vampire one? Do you guys remember what that flavor is?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Is it strawberry? I mean, it's red on the inside, right?
Yeah. The banana thing, number 16. No.
Yeah, that's weird.
No.
Oh, the frozen chocolate covered banana.
No.
That's just not something you have out in public.
Just
they make them in a nice 8-pack in the grocery store. Just have those at home.
Yeah. Just no. Or yeah. No. Don't want the chocolate banana.
Black cherry center on the vampire one.
Oh,
just to
nothing
clarify.
wrong with black cherry.
Yeah.
That might be good.
Maybe underrated. The double deuces there. Yeah.
Well, let us know what you think at Brunch Breakdown. The ice cream truck pulls up. You only got one to pick. Which one are you picking? We'll put that up on the Instagram and everywhere else this week at Brunch Breakdown. Let us know how you feel. All right, Dan, let's get into it, man. You teased last week that you have something special to taste test as we roll into Brunch Court right now. So tell us what you got.
Yes, very excited about this. We've had this item on Brunch Court. It's probably been a few months now, and I've been clamoring to try to get my hands on it and try to find it. And I thought it was a lost cause, hopeless. It was over. But gentlemen, just a little over a week ago, I was able to find and get my hand on the Mr. E flavor Pop-Tarts. The mystery flavored Pop-Tarts have arrived in Western Pennsylvania finally, and I haven't opened them yet, and I'm excited to give them a try right here. I literally considered bringing the toaster up here and popping them in the toaster because that's the best experience, right? So I'll do that for my second one later this evening.
He's going to get nice and cozy, make himself a Pop-Tart.
What's on that?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the different designs here. So this one is a hat.
This is already great. I didn't know there was going to be a hat.
I got to see what the second one is. Oh, of course. It's some googly glasses there from the Mr. E mystery.
Yeah.
This little fella right here. That's him. So here we go. I do love myself some Pop-Tarts. This is going to be tricky to figure out, I think. It's white on the inside.
They're not giving you any hints, Dan.
No hints.
And if I know anything about the first corner, if I know anything about the first corner of a Pop-Tart, you're not getting all of that flavor. So you need to take a bite, another one.
Ew, it's like salty. This is like a salty flavor. It is.
Maybe it's sweaty hat. Maybe
I bet you it tastes like it does kind of taste like sweaty hat.
Tastes like a hat at the end of the day.
It tastes like mystery Twizzlers.
Nothing like a hat after you're cutting grass.
Yeah.
This is seriously disgusting.
2 for 2.
It tastes like macaroni and cheese. I am not kidding you. I wish I never bought these. Because you get the sweet icing on the outside. This inside filling, it's white.
Take a big bite of the inside filling. Bite into that hat. Bite into that hat.
Go.
This is so gross.
Well, now you need to know.
This isn't good at all. What are they doing? What is this?
You need to test the googly eyes and make sure that they're not separate flavors.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that bad.
Idea. Here we go. All right, Dan, you're getting married soon. We all have that one person in one of the sides of the families that we're in agreement that they are the most annoying throughout this whole process. You make sure that they have those to take home.
Yeah, that goes in their goodie bag.
That goes in their goodie bag. That goes in there. It's a little subtle dig to that one person who has the most to say about your wedding, and they're the most annoying. Those go in their goodie bag.
Oh,
it's like, we got a special cookie bag for you on Alice.
I honestly don't know what they're doing here. I didn't want to research this. I did because I didn't want to ruin it. I'm trying to see if anybody.
I just did a Google search, Dan.
Did you?
And what people have been noticing is in the ingredients, they're a little bit shocked to see that there's garlic and onion powders.
Yes.
You got like steak seasoning and a Pop-Tart.
Oh yeah, dried onion, garlic powder, natural and artificial flavors.
It said, this one post says, this Pop-Tart is a catastrophe of garlic, onion, cheese, savory funkiness, and the intense Pop-Tart level sweetness. It's like 2 middle fingers wrapped in thin foil. Does that resonate?
Yes. And it is. It's garlic. It's onion powder. I see somebody here saying cheesy garlic bread, which makes sense for me saying mac and cheese. And then the garlic and onion are certainly coming through. 2 minute fingers wrapped. And that's what it is. This is a complete joke and a complete waste of money. Pop-Tarts, I love you, but you're one of those assholes too. I gave out all the asshole awards earlier. You're on it. This is trash. This is absolute trash. Nobody wants an unsweet Pop-Tart. Like that's like, I don't want this as a meal replacement or something as like, let's have spaghetti and Pop-Tarts. It's just not happening. So it's like we plan these things and we don't. Well, I don't know why I get the shitty taste test and Didi, you get all like the good ones that you've done. It's all the mystery shit. I'm done with the mystery. I'm done. Like you guys said last week, Brunch Court, we're doing like regular cereal and regular shit from now on. Oh,
good God. I I was not expecting that whatsoever. I just thought you were just gonna get like a random Pop-Tart flavor. You just didn't know what you were buying. I didn't know you were gonna get one that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't know it was going to be so off the wall.
that's a bold move to mass produce essentially what you know is a prank on people.
Yeah, it is a prank.
Yeah.
It's a bold move too.
Amazing.
Wow. And they delivered them in the grocery store. They delivered in what's called a shipper, which is those cardboard displays that sit inside the aisle. They don't actually go on the shelf. And so they come prepackaged in like 50. You can't order like a case at the grocery store. You get the shipper, you get the whole thing. So it's a joke and a prank on them too. They don't know it, but in the end, they're stuck with all these Pop-Tarts, wondering why they're not selling, because I'm not going back and get any because these are garbage.
Dan, you need to record a TikTok on this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
I think so. I can't get the flavor out of my mouth. I'm having a lot of this beer and it's not helping. I don't want a garlicky, onion garlic breath. See what it's doing to me? Let's get the brunch court, for crying out loud.
Oh my God, Dan, what are the 2 items you have for us today in brunch court?
Well, I wish I had either of them right now. First,
wait, hold on. Before you say that, I don't know about that one.
I guess we should discuss these a little bit more openly. Let's go to the alcohol, because that's what I'm thinking right now. From our good friends at Natural Light, who we featured a couple of times on this podcast. We had the Freezy Popsicles that were out earlier this summer. They've been doing a lot of unique things. And now, ladies and gentlemen, no joke here either, Natural Light Vodka. That's right. We've got Natty Light Vodka in 3 separate flavors: lemonade, strawberry lemonade, and black cherry lemonade. And they are so confident in the flavors that you're going to love them, that there is a taste satisfaction guarantee. As you can see on the image here, you will get your money back if you don't like it through September 13th. So get on this now. Get on this weekend. Enjoy some. If you love it, let us know. If not, go get your money back. But gentlemen, this is prime brunch breakdown, brunch court here. Natty Light Vodka. What are you thinking?
I've always wondered how those money back guarantee things work. Like, I feel like it's a really like great PR move to put it out there, but like, how many people are really going to go to the trouble of like mailing in whatever they have to do to get the money back from Natural Light, right? So like, you put it out there, it's like a good faith thing, and then like probably nobody does it, right?
Yeah, it's on every like deodorant, you know. And there have been deodorants that I've been like, yeah, this doesn't work for me, but they just go in the garbage. Like, I don't even think about it, but they're literally on every deodorant. They give the numbers on the back, the addresses on the back, everything's there. No one does that.
Yeah, you probably got to mail in your receipt, the UPC, all this. Yeah, and probably nobody goes to that trouble, but they put it on this product. They're that confident. So how confident are you in Natty Light Vodka?
My God. Shouts to whoever at Natty Light is really just like leaning into the college, to their college base. Because no one's buying this anybody who with a job isn't buying this. Like, if you have a full-time job, you're not buying this. But if you are a college student, or if you were someone who was calling up your parents to borrow money lots of times, you were buying Natty Light. That's what you're doing. You're drinking that all weekend. That's always going to be in your fridge. Like, yeah, but I wouldn't come near this. You would have to pay me to try this.
So I blame White Claw for basically everything that has happened to the alcohol industry in the last 5 years.
I love it.
Because White Claw, like, yeah, I mean, you guys get it. I looked up the retail price of this, and the suggested retail price of this is $14.99. So $15. I can't get a view on how many ounces are in these bottles, but
I think they sell them in 500 and 750 milliliters. They sell them in 2 sizes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, would I buy this? No, but I'm sure it tastes good. I'm sure it tastes good. There's too many no-calorie artificial sweeteners out there in this world nowadays to not make something taste good. So it has to taste good.
Yeah, and apparently they've had success with their strawberry lemonade beer, Natty Light beer, which I know people that have had it that swear by it and say it's actually pretty good. I haven't tried it myself. This is probably good. I love myself some strawberry lemonade. Black cherry lemonade is pretty unique. I think they're going to get people with that. Yeah, would I buy it? No. Would I have it? If it's like, yeah, we're going to be ripping some shots this weekend and we're going to spike up the flavor a little bit and we want to take a couple down. Yes. In fact, Natty Light, if you're listening and you want to sponsor Steel City Dan's bachelor party, we got a house full of 20 people that are ready to pound some Natty Light vodka, including my 2 friends here. So let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't feel real proud having this in my fridge or on my bar or anything like that. But if you slide one over to me, yeah, I'd try it because I'm sure it's tasty.
Just Natty Light doing anything. Just no.
It's also funny to me that like Natural Light was a specific type of beer. There also was Natty. Like there was just natural beer. And now it's like Natty Light is all kinds of different alcoholic drinks. That kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes, because I'm sure it tastes good. Do I need it? No. Will I drink it? Probably not, unless they sponsor Dan's bachelor party, but I get it. I don't have to like it, but I get it.
That's true. I get it.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I approve. I don't need it. I'm sure this is our generation is at fault. We went through college on Natty Light and we're trying to capture that audience now and do some unique things, but we also want to have Natty Light in our own homes and not feel like we're in college. This is not much closer, but it's a half a step up because it's at least a liquor. So I'll let it go. I'll say
I've changed my mind. Oh,
okay.
Let the kids be kids, and kids are back on college campuses and at football games. Why not black cherry lemonade?
Yeah.
Step on Dan's foot at a concert too.
Yeah. Right.
I will say this though. I mean, I hated vodka in college, but imagine if some of this stuff that's around now was around when we were in college.
Game changers.
That's an interesting thing. And Mr. Fitness Man, maybe you can do a study on this. It would take you way too long, so it would never happen. But the freshman 15 has to be going down because there's so many other options than drinking beer now. Because it used to just be beer or you were drinking like liquor, but most of the time it was beer. And that's how everybody gains the freshman 15. Now it's White Claw. Now it's whatever seltzer it is. You know what I mean? There's all these different kinds of fruity things that are like low calories and stuff like that. And it's not just like drinking Bud Heavy. It's a bunch of other stuff. So like there's more options now for college students.
Yeah, there are. I would say maybe. I would also argue that regardless of the alcohol you're drinking, it tends to take you to Taco Bell. So it might not matter, but maybe it is a small dent that it's making.
Solid point. Weed's getting legal in a lot more states, and that's just making you eat more. All right. So, all right. Maybe I'm wrong. All right.
Well, we've got one other item up here for Brunch Court this week. It's getting publicized very highly. So I'm sure people have seen this, but we haven't had it on Brunch Court quite yet. That's right, gentlemen. The Flamin Hot Mountain Dew is out now. You can get it on a 6-pack for $12. I was with somebody recently who had one of these. I will share his review after I get your take on the Flamin Hot Mountain Dew.
No. And I'm not changing my mind on this one. I want nothing to do with this. I don't want my Mountain Dew to be flaming hot. I don't want anything to be flaming hot. I love veggie straws. Have you guys had veggie straws? I love them. They have flaming hot veggie straws now. I don't want my veggie straws to be hot. I want my veggie straws to be zesty ranch. I want to be normal. I don't want my Mountain Dew flaming hot. No, keep my Cheetos flaming hot and that's it. No, this is bad.
I would like to quote esteemed co-host Daniel Dudley at DD is Bored. For many, many times throughout the years that I've known him, he has occasionally uttered the phrase, "For who, for what?" And I want the answers to those questions in relation to this.
That's a good question. I don't know who. There are plenty of people that are obsessed with Mountain Dew. Somebody I know is, and he also loves hot things. I can't imagine it's a large demographic, but he's included on it. And no, I'm against this in a number of ways. But it doesn't matter how many ways, because I'm just utterly against it altogether. Why do you think this is a good idea? I'm sure it worked. I'm sure they sold a bunch of it. But from what I was told, now this is somebody who loves him some hot sauce and loves himself some spicy things and has a high level of tolerance for hot. He says this isn't hot at all. He's like, it's Mountain Dew. And then there's like a little bit of a spicy aftertaste that's not even really hot or spicy. Because how do you make a liquid spicy without it being peppery? Right? I don't know how you can make something quote unquote hot that's a liquid without it being peppery. Because we've had that before. You had that in some cocktails even. So how it's not peppery, but also still slightly spicy, I'm not really sure. But apparently, based on his review, and that's the only one I have, not overly hot. It's a pretty normal Mountain Dew with just a little extra kick. Does that change your opinion?
No.
At all? On whether or not you'd be willing to try it even?
Nope.
No. I once was convinced to have a drink called a Caesar. I don't know if you guys have had that. I had it in Canada when I was 19. Didn't know what it was. And it was a spicy alcoholic beverage. And I almost vomited. And I have never, ever since then wanted any type of drink that has spice in it. So, no.
Yeah. Spicy margarita, that's about as close as it gets for me.
Right.
That's it. That's as
yeah. Jalapeno, that makes sense. This,
yeah,
I don't think it's any of those things. Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Across the board. Mountain Dew.
Out.
You done wrong. You done wrong. We gave you some credit on the hard Mountain Dew a couple of weeks back, right? We let those go. This is taking it too far. So that was Brunch Court this week, boys.
Beautiful. Taste tests. We got some new finds. Maybe you guys will taste test some Natty Light strawberry. That'll be great. Do that soon.
Yeah. Get some mystery Pop-Tarts while you're at it. Have them together. You're going to need it.
All right. Well, before we get into what we're listening to, because of certain things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, with Drake dropping his 21 track, hour and a half long album, and Kanye dropping his 27 long track album that was an hour and 46 minutes long. I want to know from you guys, how long are your favorite albums? So just like albums that you love, how long are they?
So I did a little bit of research on this because I want to have some good numbers here for you. And I just took a quick look at some of my favorite albums of all time to give you some rough numbers. Every album that 21 Pilots has put out is a favorite of mine. So those range from 11 to 14, 14 at the max, 11 at the minimum. Green Day's American Idiot, one of the best albums in my opinion ever, was only 9 songs. It was 9 songs long. Blink-182's Enema of the State, 12 songs. I love me some Churches too. My favorite of theirs, probably Every Open Eye, 14 songs. Another favorite band of mine right over my shoulder, Paris. Their first 2 albums, 2 of my favorites they've ever put out, both were 10 songs. So that's it. So we've got around 10 to 14 on average, even 9 on some of the greatest albums of all time. So certainly nowhere even near the neighborhood of 27 songs. We're talking about doubling at that point. So half that size.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I looked at some of mine and there's some of my favorites, and I looked at them based on total minutes. And interestingly enough, so pop punk is my favorite genre. for whatever reason, most of those albums were like 11 or 12 songs, like consistently. And almost all the songs were like 3 to 3.5 minutes long, maybe some of them 4 and a little bit longer. But so that made them right in the range of like 35 to 45 minutes long, which I feel like is perfect because then you can digest the whole album. You can have the entire listening experience at once. You know what I mean? Like you're driving to work, you can listen to the entire album and have that experience and have the experience of listening to it again on your way back. But it's like, if you have 27 songs from Kanye, you started on Monday and you finish it on Thursday, like there's no continuity. You never get the continuity of the album. Who's ever going to listen to that much music from start to finish with no breaks? It's never going to happen. Yeah. So yeah, I think like 35 to 45 minutes and like 12 songs, 12 tracks seems to be the sweet spot in my opinion.
Yeah. And this is just one of my favorite albums to listen to because I listened to this album when I was like young and always listened to it. Michael Jackson's Thriller album. It's 9 songs. It is the biggest album of all time.
Jeez.
Biggest album of all time. It's 9 songs. It's 9 songs, guys. Like my favorite Kanye West album is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It is 13 songs. It is 13 songs. Comes just under 70 minutes long. Like I was just going through these and I'm just like, what is the point of putting 20 songs on an album? Because it's not going to be great. No album in history is that good. That's that many songs. It just makes no sense. I don't know. I'm just frustrated. Like I was so frustrated when Drake's album dropped that I looked at it and saw 21 songs, hour and a half. I was like, I'll get to this next week. Like I was frustrated when I saw it because I was just exhausted by the whole Kanye thing. And like when you said that about you get into you start on Monday and then like you end on Thursday. Yeah, like I literally drove 35 minutes for an audition, drove 35 minutes back. I listened to Donda both ways. I wasn't done with the album. Yeah. That's not how it's supposed to work. Like I'm like, I still got 8 songs left.
Yeah, and doesn't that also indicate that like if you have that many tracks on an album, like they didn't throw anything away. But like to make a truly great album, like to make Thriller, I'm sure there were tracks that got left out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like by doing that, you created a compilation of music that played off each other and created just the best, maybe the best album of all time. So if you're not like carefully crafting what music actually makes it onto the album, then you're just tossing in whatever. There's no listening experience to it. And I think it just sucks.
Yeah. Make the cuts. And then the ones that you just feel like you can't throw away, or you and your producers, really, it shouldn't just be the artist, because it seems like that's probably where I have a little bit of trouble letting go. Save some of them and release a damn EP or release an album in a year or something. Don't wait 5 years to release an album. You can save some of those songs. We've heard stories about, oh, I started writing this song 5 years ago for the last album and it just wasn't feeling right and made it here today. And it's a great hit. You don't have to get everything in all at once. Yeah. It's not the type of musical history that somebody's going to make one day, is an hour and a half, front to back album that is just amazing from start to finish with nothing there's no, drop down at all. That's guaranteed to happen. You got to leave a bit, trim some of the fat there a little bit. And the only reason I listened to Donda all the way through on the day that it came out. And the only reason I did that is because it was Sunday and we had plans and it decided to pour. And so we stayed home. And so we did some stuff at home and just had it on while we were doing some other stuff. That's the only reason. But when I saw Drake's, I was the same thing. I'm like, we've got stuff to do this weekend. I'm not getting through this. This is going to be putting the pieces together of this puzzle. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. It's funny how this has made me think, and hopefully all music makers out there growing up are going to look at this the same way as I do. Is like, the reason you're able to make these albums, like you mentioned, albums with 9 songs, 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs, is because that are like an hour long or less. It's because you can listen to them over and over and over and over and over again and be like, this doesn't work. This sound doesn't work. This song doesn't work. But how many times is Kanye or Drake going to listen to an album that's 27 songs or 21 songs long? Like, we know these guys do a million other things, right? And they're well established in their careers where they barely even have to care about the music they put out, right? So like, how many times do they listen to their whole album all the way through? Where like back in the day when they were putting out songs that were, albums that were 13 songs or 10 songs or 11 songs long, it's like you listen to it over and over and over and over again and like and you're like perfect it. But now you can't do that. Yeah. So I don't know. I decided to bring that up because I'm frustrated.
It's fascinating.
Very frustrated with this. Like, God damn it, guys. They both have kids. I got kids too, man. Like, come on. When am I supposed to listen to this shit? God. All right, let's get into what we're listening to. I'm going to start. Drake, Erase My Mind. It's a love-hate relationship I've got with these guys this week. Erase My Mind. One of the songs on the album that I think is, the back half is really good. The first half is kind of, but Erase My Mind is a really good song. So check that out.
Very cool. I'm going to go with a band called Early Eyes. They haven't released a ton of music. They've been around for a couple of years. They're out of Minneapolis, and they're going to release their first full-length album in February. And so they had a single off of it called Chemicals that they released last week. And I'm really digging this sound from them. It's got really like feel-good vibes to it very clearly. And it's kind of pop meets jazz meets funk meets alternative with horns. It's not necessarily ska, but it's got horns in the chorus. And you just can't help but feel good while listening to this song. So I'm excited to dive in more to these guys. I know they're getting ready to go out on tour, opening for Hello Goodbye, which is very cool as well. So Chemicals from Early Eyes.
Nice. Well, I heard today that Taking Back Sunday and Straylight Run have announced some tour dates together. And that randomly sent me down a wormhole of listening to Straylight Run. Not sure how many people are familiar with them, but they're formed. A couple of members from Taking Back Sunday created this band called Straylight Run, and they don't sound like Taking Back Sunday really much at all, aside from some of the vocals. They're much more pulled back. It's almost like a piano rock type of band, but it's super emotional lyrics. They have a song, Existentialism, on Prom Night that is like, watch the music video. If you're listening to this, watch the music video, because the song is someone's inner monologue and the video is like everyone on a train having that inner monologue while they're around each other. It's just a very, very cool music video. So per usual, I went down a wormhole of music from 2004 and put that on the playlist. But because of something new that's happening, they're going on tour, which is great news.
So there's people that are in the same, they're both in both bands,
yeah.
Or right? So they're pulling double duty. Like
if the makeup of the bands are the same.
Okay. I was going to say Orange Drink and Skunk 11 know that, right?
Oh.
We pulled double duty before. We know that's tough.
What.
So good luck to those gentlemen.
There's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort that gets put into a tour like that. Tell you what.
All right, the homies, meet me at the altar. Chris's band that he stole from me because of a New York Times article that he saw that said they're bringing 2008 back, and that was it. He stole them back. Mapped Out off their EP is a song that I just can't stop listening to. I love that song on the EP, even though I love Feel a Thing, and it's just a really good EP, and it's a really good introduction to them. I love that it's not 27 songs of everything they've ever made in their life. I'm happy that it's like 6 songs. I think it's either 5 or 6 songs. It's perfect. Mm-hmm. It's the perfect introduction to them. And if you love pop punk music and you want something now, it's really good. So check out Mapped Out and check out the whole EP.
Nice.
I love that. Yeah, I didn't know we were still stealing each other's bands and cool shirts and things like that. So Dee, before you steal this one from me, I know you would love to do that. Alan Stone, my man, Alan Stone. That's right. He's back. Another terrific song that he released this past week called Is This Love, from the uberly and incredibly talented Alan Stone, Seattle's finest, in my opinion. Again, he's also got a new album coming out due on November 8th. If you don't know Alan Stone, this is your chance. Get on now. Okay. Dee and I've known this fella for a couple of years now, and the shows keep getting bigger and they're better somehow. He's soulful. It's R&B, it's 70s funk, all kind of blended together with his incredible voice. So just enjoy it. You will. Is This Love from Alan Stone.
I've got a song this week from one of my favorite bands, 4 Years Strong. They actually released it like hours ago. And I'm putting this on the playlist specifically because I know we all have very much love-hate relationships with covers. So I'm putting this on the playlist simply for us to digest it. 4 Years Strong, which is in terms of the pop punk scene, they are on the heavier end of that scene. They covered Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh,
think about it and listen to it. I'm putting this on there I've listened to it once. I'm putting this on the playlist with no comments. I'm just putting it on the playlist.
To me, that's an untouchable, but I will certainly give that a shot. Didi is speechless.
Terrified. But speaking of that, isn't Alan Stone's new album like all covers? Or there's a few covers on
there are covers.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
Not excited about that.
Yeah, scary too.
There's two ways I could go with this, but you know what? I'll save this for another day. So Patrick Stump. All right. So this put a tear to my eye this week. My daughter watches a lot of Disney Junior. There's a new Spider-Man show on there. And the song she loves off there is the theme song. She doesn't even love the show. She loves the theme song. Like sings it in the car, constantly tells me I have to play it. And it's by Patrick Stump. It's called Time to Spidey Save the Day. And it's by Patrick Stump. And it made me feel very good because it's like, you know what? I love Fall Out Boy. You do too in your own way. So she's got a good ear, guys. I'm doing great parenting here. She knows a good tune when she hears it. Time to Spidey Save the Day. Putting it on the playlist. Shouts to Patrick Stump.
Can't wait for his first Cocomelon appearance. It'll really turn that show around. Last one I have is from a duo named Joan. And I know you may have recognized that name before. I can't not keep putting these guys on the playlist because of the songs that they keep putting out are that good. Another super catchy indie bop called Something Special, kind of dream pop with some 80s influence and some synth and really great vocals. They're releasing 2 EPs. One's called High and the other's called Bye. So this song going to be on the High EP. So Something Special from Joan. Check it out.
Nice.
Last song for me, and note, the Sounds of Brunch playlist is 9 songs long every week. Just pointing that out, Kanye. Another song, this song I listened to quite literally right before we started recording. State Champs released another new song, Out of My Head, which is, off of an upcoming release. I listened to it once. I really liked it. I'm excited to listen to it more. I don't have much else to offer other than I get excited when State Champs releases new music. So let's all have a listen.
And we shall.
I like it.
The playlist being 9 songs long. That's a good one. And Kanye messed that up, I think. Is it 9 songs long? Did he mess that one up this week?
Yes,
yeah,
he did.
He messed that up this week. So there's that. Thanks, Kanye. Yeah, back to now 9 songs this week.
Right.
On the playlist. Well, that is it for the Brunch Breakdown. Guys, any final words? Any last words?
I have about had it with these live on-air taste tests. So somebody needs to step their game up, or else we're going to be doing a lot of pumpkin spice this fall. So I'll say that.
Chapstick. Yeah, got that coming. My God. All right, boys, we're out of here. Make sure you listen to the Sounds of Brunch on Spotify, and we'll talk to you next week. Peace.